All right, good morning, everyone. Jeez. I already kind of drew on some zones earlier, and I don't feel like redrawing them, so I'm just gonna go over them. I wasn't gonna trade today, but I saw that Nasdaq got below this huge candle that we were chopping on. Yesterday, it ended up selling off, and it broke this low, which is good. I'm thinking that since we broke out of that range, maybe we'll see a good trending day today. Maybe. But yeah, I have a couple 4 hour zones. Up here there's a daily supply zone, which I don't think we're gonna get to today, but I do think could be a good target. What other zones we got? We got this 3 hour zone, which also looks like a 4 hour supply zone, but this candle's still closing at 50 minutes, so I'm not gonna put it down yet. But on the 3 hour time frame, it definitely is a zone. And then below price, we have a 30-minute zone, which I think we've seen the market bounce off from. Actually, let me see how this looks on the smaller time frame. Let's see. Oh, geez, it's pretty far away. Can I even go? I don't think I could go this far away on the 5 minute time frame. Jeez. Oh, yeah. All right, well, yeah, maybe not this zone, but the 15-minute zone for sure. Yeah, this 15-minute zone, I think is pretty good. We had price bounce off of it a couple of times already, so we could bounce off of it today, or we could break past it. If we break past it, I would take shorts at least to 418, right? This next zone here. I think that'd be a good trade. Let's see. And yeah, I looked at the overnight session. I almost wasn't gonna trade because I saw that the overnight range is pretty big. It's already moved over 1%, or around 1,500 ticks, which is a pretty, I would say, is a pretty volatile overnight session. So I'm hoping that since it was overnight, what am I trying to say? I'm just hoping that the volume doesn't die during New York Open. Because, sometimes if the overnight session is like pretty volatile, then the New York Open's like pretty slow. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But it definitely could. So let's look at US 30. US 30 looks way different than NASDAQ. If you look at US 30, it's just breaking out of this range, and it hasn't broken this huge green candle like Nasdaq did. So I think for sure US 30 is gonna come down to this 4 hour demand zone, which is what, 742. I was planning on, trying to catch that short, but it might happen before the market even opens up. We have this 30-minute demand zone over here. Oh, you know what? We have this 30-minute supply zone that got ran through, and I just thought, if we retest it, it could be a good area to take a trade from. But I don't think I would take a trade off of this zone, especially right now. The market hasn't opened up. We'll most likely chop on this, before the market opens up. Um, but yeah, I think US 30 will come down to 740. Could take a trade down here, but I don't know. I like how Nasdaq looks. Yeah, we'll see. Plus, I mean, I feel like I've just been losing a lot on US 30, but I've been losing a lot everywhere. So we'll see if I even trade. Honestly, I didn't want to trade, but the only reason I decided to was because Nasdaq got outside of that nasty candle we had on. Wow, that was on Monday. Why do you trade USYM more than NQ? Um, I feel like maybe recently I have, just because I've thought I've seen better setups on it, but I feel like I trade them equally. I will say though, when the markets are like normal, I feel like US 30 has more volatile openings, more volatile than Nasdaq. But it depends on the day. Sometimes it's the opposite way. So I just keep an eye on both. I said I wouldn't trade for the week unless we got out of this uh huge candle, out of this range, right? Because on Monday we had this huge move and the market basically, I don't know, it couldn't handle it, right? It was moving sideways for a while. But yesterday we broke out of this range and we ended up breaking below this huge green candle. So I decided maybe it'll be a good day to trade. I'm not 100% sure if I'm actually going to trade, right? Because the market hasn't opened up. But maybe I will. We'll see. I didn't think I was going to trade for the rest of the week. But once I saw the market, then I was like, you know what? Let me risk it. Let's see. Do you use order flow or footprint? I used to. Like, I used to use bookmap. I tried learning footprint. But at the end of the day, it's like it was like overcomplicating my strategy. So I just stopped with the order flow. Is it was just, it wasn't too much. It was just like I'm already looking at candlesticks. If I look at order flow, it's like looking at a different language of the candlesticks, but it's the same thing, you know? It's 9:15. I'm gonna do the support and resistance really quick. But yeah, I used to use bookmap, and I mean, I didn't really use it to like actually trade. It kind of just be on the side. And I don't know, I just found myself still using candlesticks more. All right. Do we have any news today? I didn't even check that. Order flow confused the crap out of me. Same. But honestly, oh yeah, we do have high impact news. We have 10 a.m. high impact news. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, same. I feel like I didn't learn it properly. Maybe that's why it was so confusing. But for me, it's like if I don't get something and like it just confuses me more, then I don't stick to it. I just like simplicity, especially with trading. Oh jeez. Okay, there we go. Bias seems to be sell side. Are you looking for shorts or will you take buys as well if the opportunity arrives? Yeah, I'm open to both. We'll see how the market opens up. I mean, obviously it looks very bearish, but I mean that doesn't mean it's gonna only sell off, you know. That reminds me of the RSI. I do like checking the RSI a lot. Not a lot, only sometimes. When I feel like it's like a bit oversold on the bigger time frame, then I'll try to look at the relative strength index. Not the MACD. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, it does look a little bit oversold. It's still got room to go lower though. Wow. Okay. I just like to see how that looks. I've been stuck on a break even for the past 3 years. Most of my problems come from risk management. Yeah, I mean, the hardest part about risk management is actually doing it, right? Because I feel like when we take our losses and we hit the daily loss limit, it's like hard to walk away, but it's something you need to do. I would say like one of the most important things about risk management is following the daily loss limit, because that's where a lot of people mess up. They hit the daily loss limit and then they keep going. They're like, "Oh, I can make it back," and then it goes downhill from there. Or sometimes you get on a losing streak and you think, "Damn, this strategy doesn't work anymore." When in reality, it's completely normal for a strategy to have a losing streak. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's the market, sometimes it's a mixture of both. But yeah, I used to get on a losing streak and like try to completely change the strategy. And it's just like if you get on a losing streak and you change your strategy, then you gotta start from zero. So it's like, what's the point? You gotta learn a completely different strategy. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say this was a small 5 minute zone. I don't think I would take a trade off of a 5 minute zone, but I'll mark it down. We got about 10 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if it opens up slow. If it does open up slow, then might have to wait for 10 a.m. news and see how that goes. Is it just waiting for the losing streak to end? I mean, yeah, either that or you wait for the markets to be in your favor, or you look at your past trades, see what mistakes you're making. That's why you got to journal. The journaling is mainly for your losing streak, right? Because when you're on a losing streak, it's like, damn, like, what was I doing that was working? So you look at your journaling, and it's like, oh, I was doing this and that. Let me start doing it again. I feel like the journaling just helps you remember what you were doing right and what you've done wrong. Because I used to be the trader that thought journaling was like pointless. So I was like, oh, I can remember in my head. No, I can't. No, I can't. All right, I think this is it. I don't want to mark too far away. I like to see where's VWAP though. Oof. VWAP VWAP's pretty far away, which could be good, but we could pull back and touch up on VWAP. Honestly, yeah, honestly on Nasdaq, if the market goes up, I'm not even sure I would trade it. The only zone I see is this 5 minute supply zone, which I don't know. Usually I get chopped up on 5 minute zones. And then after that, we have a 15-minute zone, but VWAP might be close to it by the time we get up here. And then if the market goes down, then I would take a trade off of this zone down here, but we'll see if it even goes lower. On US 30, okay, I mean, it looks like it's bouncing off of the zone. I probably would take a trade off of the zone. Maybe. Because I do think US 30 would like to touch up on 740 down here. Oops. And then if US 30 goes up, and I have this 30-minute supply zone, which is good. Yeah, we'll see. Another option is not trading today. So we'll see. It really depends on the opening. Like I said, I wasn't planning on trading today, but I thought the markets looked fine. We'll see if they open up good. We got what, like 5 more minutes? Do you pay activation fee once you validate the eval? Yeah, if you pass your eval, you gotta pay the activation fee. Unless the eval you pass doesn't have an activation fee. So it depends on the account you have. Do I use the orb strategy? Like I used to. But now I kind of just mark out the 15 opening range and just get an idea of what the opening range is. I don't really trade the opening range breakout. I trade like supply and demand more. But I do like the orb strategy. There was a point last year where that was all I was trading, and it was good until it wasn't. The thing with the orb strategy is just like if the move happens the first 15 minutes, because we've seen that a lot. It's like market will open up the first 15 minutes, you get a huge move, and then after that, it kind of slows down. We saw that a lot the last couple weeks. Um, but if you have a lower volume opening range, then it's going to be hard for the market to break out of the opening range so you don't have too much volume. Another thing with the opening range is like you kind of need a trending day. Like you kind of need the market to know where it wants to go. So like if it's like a choppy market, it's going to be tough with the opening range strategy, the orb. But I do like it cuz it's simple. The 85% off is not valid anymore since yesterday. Oh my gosh, I have to take that out. You're right. I totally forgot they took that out. I'm surprised they didn't extend it. Oh yeah, they did take it out. My bad, guys. I'm not keeping up with that. I'm sorry. I have to take that out. Let's see. We got 4 more minutes. Does Lucid have a I think Lucid has like a 40% off. What the heck? more minutes. What the heck? Yo, my computer is bugging. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised Apex didn't extend the sale. But I guess they already did extend the sale like 4 times. There we go. I hope their next sale has to do with like the activation fee. Like I hope their next sale you could get a less, thing for the activation because sometimes they do that and it'll be like, oh, if you pass it, the activation fee will be lower. They did that one time a couple months ago. I hope they do it again because the activation fee for the end of day accounts is, I mean, it's not insanely pricey, but I mean, it adds up if you have a lot of accounts. Okay, 30 seconds. Let's see this open. Yeah, and I guess if it's a slower opening, then maybe we could wait for news and see if that changes anything. But we'll see. We'll see. As I do want to be very picky with the trades. Okay, okay. Here's the open. I feel like I judged the openings too early. Like I'll judge it within the first minute. I'll be like, damn, this is a tough opening. Okay, US 30's going down. If US 30 closes below 908, I do think it'd be a good short. I do want to see it retest this area though. I want to see if US 30 retests 904. I want to see if it retests the zone. Okay, okay. She left. She left without me. Okay. That is tough. I wanted to see if it retests the zone. Cause I noticed recently I haven't been waiting for a retest, and literally the one time I do, like it doesn't retest. Nasdaq just tapped this 5 minute demand zone, so we'll see if it longs from here. And then if US 30 actually retests this area, I definitely don't want to see it get above 925. Okay, there the dog goes. Nasdaq did break below this 5 minute demand zone, so I want to see if it taps 552. US 30, I don't think it's gonna retest this area, so I think I've missed out on the shorts on it already. Unless it does come up here. But since I missed the shorts on US 30, yeah, because I would have already been break even on this short. Then I'm gonna look on Nasdaq since it's tapping this 15-minute zone. There's also a new 5 minute candle. Damn, that was literally the trade on US 30. Yeah, I would have hit TP on that short. TP2. I do think it's gonna touch 742 though. Damn, the only way I would short Nasdaq. I mean, I've had the opportunity already to short it right here. Now I'm trying to see if it's gonna bounce off of this area or keep shorting. Yeah, the long's definitely coming in on Nasdaq. Wow. Yeah, if Nasdaq breaks 595, then I'm gonna long it. There we go. I'm in a long. And put my stop at 70. I'm gonna try to target, what is this, 50 points or 200 ticks. I was just seeing what was gonna be like 100 points or 400 ticks. It seems very far away. So yeah, I'll probably just target 200 ticks. Unless I'm break even on the trade, I hold it through news, then maybe it could be a quick TP. All right, well, this is not good for longs. It's struggling to get past this white line. Yeah, it already rejected it like 3 times. We got what? 3 more minutes? No, 2 more minutes for the new 5 minute candle. I don't know. We'll see. Yo, these dogs. Oh my god, I'm still in the trade somehow. Damn. Okay, we are still in the trade somehow. It's the last minute of the 5 minute candle. So we'll see how that goes. Oof. This is also gonna be the 15 minute candle. We got 15 more minutes for news. Okay. Let's see if it actually stays above these highs. I'm gonna break even here since I'm over a 1 to 1. I definitely want to see this 1 minute close above 615, and the dogs are going wild. Yeah, I like this 1 minute candle close. Yeah, I'll probably close this out at a 1 to 2. I just feel like 100 points is very far. Seems very far. Plus, we need to get above this 5 minute supply zone. I mean, this could be a good take profit. It's a 5 minute supply zone. Still haven't hit TP2, so that's why I haven't trailed it or anything. All right, now I'm gonna start to. Damn, that's the thing. I don't want to trail it. Never mind. We didn't hit TP2. We were very close. I had my entry wrong on Trading View. Ten more minutes for news. Honestly, I'd love to still be in this trade with news. Oh, I don't think I will. Unless it bounces here. Fuck. I got a late entry. I don't even know if I want to take another one. I mean, it could bounce all the way down here. That was a nasty sell off, though. I don't want to look at the chat. I already know someone say, "Why didn't you take profit there?" Da da da. It wasn't my TP2, so just following the plan here. I also have a rule like if I get almost stopped out and then it reverses, I have a rule where like I have to let it hit full TP. Wow, US 30 actually ended up retesting this area and coming back down. Cool. Yeah, the only way I'd short it is if it closes below 516. We'll see if that happens. We got 6 more minutes for news. This might be a orb setup here if it closes below the opening range. And it did. Yeah, we'll see how this closes. It's looking like a good short. I mean, it's been looking like a good short ever since this 5 minute supply zone. All right, I'm in a short here. Put my stop at 23. We got 4 more minutes to news, so I'm hoping that I could break even before the news comes out. I'm gonna try to target 420, which is a 3 hour demand zone. All right, there's TP1, so I'm gonna break even here, and hopefully the news shoots down. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. Got one more minute. Okay, like I fucking can't with this fucking month. Oh my god. I should just like I'm gonna call it a day because I can't. Better than a losing day. Bro, I'm pissed. I can't even lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade anymore. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. This, damn. I mean, good thing I didn't lose. If I lost today, I would have crashed out. Like actually, I think the best play today was it was shorts. Obviously, it was shorts at US 30, which I missed. But it's like usually I would have taken this no excuse. But then I was like, okay, well, I've been losing recently because I haven't really been waiting for the retest. So I was like, let me wait for the retest. It never happened. So I never took the short. But if I took the short here, I would have hit TP2. And that would have been great. So I was like, okay, boom, I missed the shorts. Okay. Then I'm looking at Nasdaq. And I was thinking longs if it broke above this wick here. And it did, but it did it so quickly. So I was like, okay, let me get in a long once this wick here breaks. But mind you, the entry for this long should have been way down here. It should have been at this wick here. Am I losing brain cells? Because I think that's what's up. It's like there was a couple good trades and like I didn't take any of them. So I missed out on this long, right? I took the long late. It almost hit TP2 and it didn't, and I was like, damn. But yeah, the entry for this long should have been all the way down here, not all the way up here. Cause yeah, literally where my stop loss was, that's where my entry should have been. So that was number one mistake. I mean, another mistake probably could have been maybe I could have trailed the stop loss on these 1 minute wicks, like since we did hit this 5 minute supply zone. And another good setup was the shorts off of this 5 minute zone. I mean, it was perfect, but I was in long back here. But yeah, if I took this short, literally would have been perfect, like more than perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even blame the markets because there was actually a couple good setups. And then I took a short down here. I was like, damn, we're getting below the zone. Let me short it. It never would have hit TP2. So at least, I mean, I guess that's kind of good. I got stopped out break even. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've lost brain cells a little bit. I need to gain some over the weekend. So I don't know. I need to gain brain cells over the weekend. I need to get smarter, and then next month hopefully is better. We started off this month great. This month was like it was looking good, and then something happened that it wasn't it. It was FOMC week. I think that's what really like messed it up. But even the week before FOMC was bad. Like I remember I didn't trade Monday and Tuesday the week before FOMC. I don't know. I don't know if it's me or the market. I think it's a mixture of both. But like today, I think it was me. I think it was me today because I think the markets are actually looking decent. I mean, they don't look the best, obviously, but it gave really good moves. It gave a couple good moves. And then I'm thinking about this US 30 because I knew it was going to tap 740. So I'm thinking if I took this short here, who knows? I probably would have gotten stopped out, break even, because I would have thought it was going to hit all the way down here. Then it completely reversed. Yeah, I don't know. I am. I am. I'm gonna call it here. I don't even want to be at the computer. I can't. I can't. Yeah. I hope next week is better. And I already know someone's about to be like, "Oh, you were up this amount. Why do you take profit?" It didn't hit TP2, so I didn't take profit. It's as simple as that. And then I didn't short it because I was in long. If I wasn't in long, maybe I would have shorted it. Maybe. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, that was perfect. I don't know, guys. It was the Iran war. I mean, that too. That was also like messing with the markets as well, for sure. I think it's one of those months. I just didn't expect. I didn't expect a choppy month this early on into the year. You know, you lost. You broke even. Oh, that's good. What?
It would have hit my TP
Where?
in the news candle,
The
but
short?
yeah,
Oh.
but I had it a little lower because I thought the same. I thought it was gonna go to the other zone.
Is she streaming on something else too? She barely seeing out YouTube comments. Nah, I don't like reading the chat when I'm trading because it's like it's distracting. Yeah, it is, and like especially when I'm losing or like I break even, it's there's always a smart ass, and like I don't want to deal with that, so I chill out reading the comments when I'm trading. Yeah, like this stupid ass comment. You chase the shorts, bitch. I had a short setup. See, I can't do it. I'm getting out of character on stream. I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna call it here. I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm literally praying, guys, that next month is good.
All right, understand. See you guys on April Fools. Oh wait,
Girl, boo.
that's Wednesday. That's too far.
All right, I'll see you guys later.